Hey, all you YouTube fans out there, OG Mo Rock here. Gonna rock out with you tonight. Uh, Talk about some Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. This is part one. We'll get into Black Sabbath today, and later on, we'll get into the Ozzy Osbourne solo years. So, without further ado, let's get started. We're gonna review Little War Pigs today. Come out in 1970, but before we do, let's go over a little bit of the background. Okay, so Black Sabbath basically were an England band formed in 1968 with the genre of heavy metal, of course. They actually started out as a band that called themselves a polka blues band and Earth Band. Then they settled on Black Sabbath in 1969. They were known for their toned-down guitars. Original lineup, of course, was Tony Iommi, Bill Ward, Geezer Butler, and of course Ozzy Osbourne, which we'll talk about quite a bit today. So let's get into a little bit of the music. War Pigs from 1970. I love those guitar licks. Tony Iommi was one of the best. Yes, rock and roll. A lot of people misunderstand this song. They think it's evil. If you think things are evil, then you have a shallow mind. You gotta listen to the lyrics. Tells a lot about our life we live in.
Generals gathered in their masses,
Just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerers of death construction.
in the fields
Yeah,
of
Ozzy.
bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred
To mankind,
poisoning their brainwashed minds.
All right, let's stop right there. Let's talk about it a little bit. Poisoning their brainwashed minds. That's exactly what's happened this day and time. If you listen to all the naysayers out there, they say Black Sabbath's evil, Ozzy's the devil. It's just a gimmick, people. It's people like the music, it doesn't matter, it's just crazy that people wants to put a label on something like that and call it evil. If you listen to the words, it's talking about, once we get into this thing, it's talking about basically the government starting all the wars, and we the people, are really just fighting against it. But it's just it's a real soulful song. It's a real meaningful song. Don't take it out of context. Listen to the music, listen to the lyrics, and just rock out. All right, let's listen to it a little more.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go after you? They leave that road to the poor. Those politicians, they leave it all up to the little guy, don't they? We go out and fight their wars while they keep getting richer and richer. Just a little thing to note here. A lot of you know Ozzy left the band back in 1979 for the first time because he was doing some substance abuse. Did it nearly all of his career with Black Sabbath, but then he was replaced with Ronnie James Dio. That was the perfect replacement, I think. He did a lot of good stuff. But Ozzy got himself cleaned up. He's going through a hard time right now. So let's have our thoughts and prayers out there for Ozzy Osbourne. He is, without a doubt, one of the best. Let's listen some more. Yep, it will. That's what it seems like. That's what we all are, pawns in a chess game. It will come. God will have his day. Wow. Tony Iommi on the guitars. One of the best. Some people don't realize that he lost some of his fingertips, and he uses nylon fingertips. And when he plays the guitar, that's an impossible feat, but he's good, and he fought through that difficulty, and he's one of the best. Let's listen. Drums are awesome.
Now in darkness, world stops turning. Ashes where the
Body's burning. No more war pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the hour.
Day of
Judgment God is calling. On the knees the war pigs crawling. Yep, they'll be begging for mercy for their sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. All right, let's talk a little more. So there's some more pigs. It's a real great. It's a great song. You know, it's put out of perspective by a lot of people out there who thinks it's satanic. Listen, it tells a story of I think the end times. You know, different than what the Bible does, of course, but it's all there, and we're going through it. So it's really got some really hard facts in it that I think we've lived through, we're going through, and you know, through the eyes of a hard rocker, OG Mo Rock has a different perception of Black Sabbath. I like the band; they're hard hitting. They tell some truths in their songs. People don't like it, but it's there. So let's rock a little more. Only on the guitars. Bill Ward and Geezer Butler, they burned it up too. Like to see them all back together for one last hurrah. You know, Ozzy's in tough shape right now. Some of the conditions he's going through, but they've all suggested that they might want to get back for one final show, maybe a short tour. If Ozzy can get back in his stage condition, and pray he does, maybe that'll happen. So there you go. That's a little Black Sabbath War Pigs. It's a great tune. It's a hard rocking tune. One of my favorite tunes. Can't get no better than those guys right there, Tony, Bill, Geezer, and Ozzy. We're going to talk about Ozzy some more in a later show. So this is basically part 1, and then we'll go to part 2 with Ozzy's solo career. Be later, maybe next week. So looking forward to doing that one. And enjoyed the time we had together. If you like the broadcast, just don't forget to hit that like button, comment, leave a comment, and subscribe. We'll play it on out with a little more Black Sabbath War Pigs. Keep rocking. OG Mo Rock out.